Try to imagine what life was like before light bulbs, before modern science explained the bumps in the night. When the sun went down, the only thing pushing back the dark was the flickering flame of an oil lamp. This was the reality for centuries in Kerala, a tropical state in South India. It's a place defined by an endless maze of rivers and dense, towering palm forests. When evening came to those forests, the environment played tricks on the mind. The rustling of a palm leaf or a strange shadow quickly turned into whispers of wandering spirits, demons, and magic. To navigate that darkness, the people of Kerala shared stories. They built a massive oral tradition around the fireside, passing down tales of ancient kings, local heroes, and powerful gods from one generation to the next. As the 1900s arrived, the sudden expansion of schools and new technologies started to crowd out these old ways of life. The fireside gatherings grew quiet, and those unwritten stories were suddenly at risk of vanishing. In a culture where very little was written down, these narratives were the primary way people remembered why a specific temple was built or how a family lineage began. If the stories stopped being told, the connection to that lived history would be cut off. That's when a local scholar named Kottarathil Sankunni realized someone had to act. He knew that if no one recorded these legends, the unique character of the region would be forgotten within a single generation. Starting in 1909, he spent 25 years traveling across Kerala, tracking down over 100 scattered oral tales from village elders. He organized this chaotic web of spoken word into an incredibly detailed masterwork published across 8 massive volumes. He called this collection the Aithihyamala, Aithihyamala. In the local Malayalam language, that translates to the Garland of Legends. By writing it all down, Sankunni effectively built a literary time machine. He captured the beliefs, the fears, and the magic of an older world right before the door to the modern era closed. What makes this book so unusual is how it handles the truth. In these pages, documented political history and supernatural fantasy are presented with the same level of authority. On one page, you will find highly accurate accounts of actual feudal rulers, noble families, and the political systems that govern the region. You'll meet figures like Kayamkulam Kochunni, a local highwayman who stole from the wealthy to support the poor, leaping across rooftops at night. But those same historical figures often interact with the impossible. You'll read about real-life Christian priests like Kottarathil Sankunni, who are documented as using magic to fight off tree-dwelling vampires. The collection also honors the working-class heroes of Kerala, meticulously detailing the lives of noble elephants and the mahouts who trained them. Because the locations and families were real, readers in the early 20th century didn't always see these as fiction. They viewed them as plausible accounts of their own ancestors. By anchoring every magical event to a real temple, a real river, or a real family name, the Aithihyamala functions as an alternative atlas of Kerala. It maps out the region by its beliefs. Today, the old, lamplit world of the 19th century is long gone. Modern Kerala is a highly literate, technologically advanced society. Yet a strange paradox exists. Despite all that change, the Aithihyamala is still the foundational bedtime storybook sitting on the shelves of almost every family in the state. These century-old legends directly fuel contemporary Indian cinema, colorful comic books, and the television shows that millions of people watch today. In Kerala, a traditional garland is made by gathering hundreds of separate, delicate flowers and securing them all to one central thread. By gathering these scattered myths and binding them into one collection, Sankunni preserved the imagination of his people. He ensured that the magic of old Kerala survived the transition into the modern world.